What a steaming load of skag crap.
Huh. Well, this was a nice surprise. Tales from the Borderlands is an episodic adventure game from Telltale Games in collaboration with Gearbox Software that is, quite frankly, better than it has any right to be. When you hear the name Borderlands, you don't think incredible storytelling, you think fun shooting, gun hoarding, and enough comically gratuitous violence to make a psycho feel like a kid again.
Haircut!
Oh, shut up!
Stop it! You're getting dirt in my eye!
Since Telltale's games are very story-focused, I'll be focusing much more on the story of each episode, hence why this is going to be broken up into 5 separate reviews, so in that respect, let's get cracking.
Alright! Mission accomplished!
Episode 1, Zero Sum, is a damn good opening chapter. We're introduced to our protagonists, a Pandoran con-artist Fiona and a Hyperion businessman Reese. Reese is a corporate ladder climber who, after getting screwed out of a promotion by his new boss, Hugo Vasquez, sets out with his accounting buddy Vaughn to go behind Hugo's back to screw him out of a deal for a vault key. Meanwhile, Fiona, a con artist, is working a con behind the scenes with her sister and their mentor to trick the boss of Hyperion out of millions of dollars with a fake vault key.
Black is better. Look, don't concern yourself with one.
Of course, this is all in the past. In the present, Reese and Fiona are being held at gunpoint by an unknown individual who's forcing them to recount the events leading to their capture. This is a great narrative device since we get to see the events from the perspective of both protagonists, and it's interesting to see how their own stories interweave with each other's. Plus, like in Dragon Age 2, there are a few moments where they exaggerate what happened, and it guarantees a barrel of laughs each time.
Oh, you are a delight. But on to business. I propose that we form an alliance for the return of the funds.
Capital.
As you'd expect, the characters are all over the top and memorable, with of course some damn good voice acting. Patrick Warburton is fantastic as the antagonist Hugo Vasquez, who's almost as malicious as Handsome Jack himself, and some old faces make some appearances. As an introductory chapter, it does a good job of introducing us to some all-new characters that feel right at home within the Borderlands universe, but since it is just an introduction, everything that happens is just establishment. Granted, you do make some choices that will impact later episodes, but even then it's just establishing the story for your playthrough, leaving you wanting more when it's all over, not only because it's good, but because the real story is only just beginning. Compare that to episode 1 of The Walking Dead, where not only was it an introduction, but we were treated to some of the real meat of the story. Now, of course, since this is a Borderlands game, naturally you'd expect there to be some action. And yes, it is included, it wouldn't be Borderlands without it. The problem though is that Telltale's engine just wasn't designed for action. While it does work remarkably well with the series' art style and even adds a degree of expression to the characters that Gearbox has failed to do, its attempts to emulate the over-the-top action of Borderlands comes off as a sincere emulation that is just pathetic and stiff in its execution. That isn't to say the action can't be entertaining. When Loaderbot is first introduced, you're in for a hella good time.
Circumstances realized. Engaging disproportionate response mode.
But it just can't hold a candle in any degree to the action from the Gearbox games. But when Tales from the Borderlands isn't trying to be action-packed and instead focuses on its story, that's when Telltale's talent as storytellers shines through. Granted, a lot of it boils down to just exploring an environment, interacting with stuff and pressing Q, bog standard Telltale gameplay, but these sections are short and linear enough that they don't outstay their welcome and quickly get you back into the story. When it's all said and done, Zero Sum is a good first impression for Tales from the Borderlands. It easily gets you pumped for the following episodes. The problem though is that it only introduces you to the setup for the story as a whole, without giving you any of the actual meat and how stiff its attempts at action are. It's the first step on a journey through Pandora that can only lead to even greater things further down the line.
It's the Gorgeous Project, and it's gonna lead us to a vault. And then I'll probably kill you.
Hey, thank you so much for watching this video all the way through, I really appreciate it. Hey, by the way, I also do some movie reviews, so how about you check those out, or maybe some of my other game reviews. Or maybe if you're looking for some Let's Plays, how about you check out my friend Fowler at Lounge Matt Gaming. He's got some pretty good stuff there. Pretty nice. Also, don't forget to subscribe.